All second-year tripods come in this bag. We have the bag for two reasons. The first is for ease of carrying. You can either pick it up and carry it in one hand and carry the camera in the other, or you can put the tripod on your shoulder. You can use this shoulder strap, whatever works best for you. The other thing that this bag does is it protects the tripod. There's two very important things I want you to realize is that this is up. This end always has to be up. The tripod head is here, and this is the most expensive and the most delicate thing. I can understand how it looks like it's probably more stable to put it like this, but don't ever do that. You're putting the weight of the tripod on the most delicate part of it. The other thing about a tripod is don't ever try to stand it up. When you're not using the tripod, I would really much prefer to see you lay the tripod bag down. So to open this bag up, first of all, you have to separate that handle. Now, you take this zipper and open it all the way. You're lifting the flap here, but you open it all the way down to the bottom, and then simply, hopefully, lift the tripod out of the bag, and it should come out fairly easily. Once you have the tripod out of the bag, the first thing you need to do is extend the legs. And to do that, what I would do is first of all unhook these clips down at the bottom that are holding the legs together. But I wouldn't spread them. What I would do though is I would loosen the legs here and then bring the tripod up to the height that you're going to need. And the reason I unlock the legs is because you can only go so far. The spreader stop it. But let's pull it right up to the top here and then lock this. The next step then is to simply spread the legs out. You'll notice that this has a spreader that is down on the floor. This is what's called the spreader for this tripod. Right at the moment, this spreader is in as tight as it can possibly go. That's the way it has to be when you're going to put it in the bag. If you wanted to put this tripod up extra high, what you would need to do then is simply lower these, loosen these. You don't have to loosen them very much. And then spread the tripod out so that you get greater stability, and try to spread it out so that it's all equal length. So here's a good spot right here. Then tighten them up again and increase the height of the legs as you need them. One of the handiest things about this tripod head is how to level it. You'll remember that there is a level here, there's a bubble inside this level, and the idea is to get that bubble inside the circle. And on this particular, your pan lock is this particular device. You pull it out and lock. The tilt lock is over here, and you loosen it up with this and tighten it up like this. The tension for the tilt can be found over on the other side, so you just loosen this off a little bit to loosen off your tension, and then tighten it up to give it more tension this way. And also the tension control for the pan is actually underneath here. So to create pan tension, you just turn this, and again to loosen it, or to take off the tension, you just loosen it. Putting the camera on this tripod is a little bit fussy. First of all, you have to look on the bottom of the camera, and you will see that there is a plate that's already attached to it. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide that plate inside this passageway here. So there are two things that you have to do. First of all, you have to loosen this particular part of it off, and you do that with this handle here. So when it's in this position, it's totally loosened off. You can see the motion just by turning the handle. If you turn it this way, it's fully engaged. So you want this fully loosened off. The other thing you have to do is you have to take this red button now and push it forward. Then all you need to do is slide the camera on. This went exceptionally well. Sometimes it goes a little bit more slowly than that. You just got to be careful and take your time. Once you have the camera on the tripod, then tighten it up once again. One of the great things that you can do with this tripod head is balance the camera on it. So the first step in doing that is to loosen the tension right off. The second step is to loosen this particular grip. Now, you got to be careful. You can just about slide this camera out. It's pretty scary. So make sure you've got your second hand on the camera a little bit while you do this. the third thing is to, of course, take the lock off all of the way. Now, at this point, it looks like the camera is tilting forward. So I move it back a little bit. That looks almost balanced. Now, this is too far back. So I think what you want to do is try to put this camera on here so that this plate fits exactly on the head. Once you've found that balance point, then you lock it off again, and then you can add the tension that you need. To get this tripod back into the case, you have to pull this spreader up. You have to pull it up fairly high so that these feet that are at the bottom are actually pointing down. Then you use this clip to put the legs back together.